welcome you back to Hearing Post. And I want to talk about someone who I think has disappointed plenty of progressives around across America. And her name is Senator Elizabeth Warren. During this primary process, have you noticed that she said nothing for the past 10 months while Bernie Sanders was fighting against the establishment, the banksters, Big Pharma, and everyone else you can bring out of the woodwork? Elizabeth Warren said nothing. When you hear someone like Elizabeth Warren, who was once, before going into a Senate, a freedom fighter for the small person, a woman who spoke up against the banks, a woman who spoke up against the lending practices of banks, all of a sudden she went silent after she had a meeting about 10 months ago with Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and her husband, who was also involved in a meeting. That when Hillary started running for president, you heard nothing about the big banks. You heard nothing about any of the other corrupt industries that have captured and right now is running both the Democrat and Republican Party. When Bernie Sanders was out there fighting the fight, basically by himself and with the people, Elizabeth Warren, you did not hear. And a lot of you think that Elizabeth Warren is for the progressive movement. But let me tell you something. Just like many other people who have been involved in the movement, she sold out. And y'all don't want to believe it. All of a sudden, as soon as Hillary is the presumptive nominee, or was close to the presumptive nominee, she goes to Twitter and attacks Donald Trump. Now she's ready to endorse Hillary Clinton for president of the United States. But where was Elizabeth Warren when the progressive really needed her to stand beside Bernie Sanders and take down the Democratic establishment and the machine? You didn't hear Elizabeth Warren not one time. You know why? See, in movements, you have to understand, from any movement, from the civil rights movement, it is two ways you can go. You can take the carrot or you can take the bullet. In the civil rights movement, if you look at people like Dr. King, Malcolm X, a lot of them end up taking the bullet, but some of them took the carrot. In this instance, when the movement was hot, the battle commenced, somebody wasn't seen. You couldn't see her because she took the carrot. And you're going to say, why do you know? Why do you know that she took the carrot? You know that she took the carrot because she didn't say nothing. And sometimes it's not what you say, it's what you don't say. And she said nothing. By saying nothing, she supported Hillary Clinton. She said, okay, I'll go along with the establishment. She got a new post in the Democratic senatorial campaign part of the Democratic Party. She sold you out. But many of you going to say, oh, Elizabeth Warren for vice president. The vice president can't do shit unless the president puts the stamp on it. And that's how they bring you in the establishment. They corrupt you. They corrupt the movement. They tell Elizabeth Warren you could do better within the Democratic Party instead of joining that movement. And she thinks she can do something within the system. Someone like Dr. King How many times did they try to bring him into the establishment and he said, go get the hell up out my face? Because he knows that you can't change anything in an establishment. But Elizabeth Warren took the carrot. Now she's part of the establishment. Now she's ready to go to war with Donald J. Trump. But she wasn't ready to fight the fight against the most corrupt person in this race, Hillary Rodham Clinton. And Elizabeth Warren knows her past. And Elizabeth Warren should know what she gonna do in the future. But she sat by while the establishment savaged Bernie Sanders. And she said nothing. Call a good man a racist and a sexist, and she stood by and said nothing. That tells you everything you need to know. And don't tell me that if Elizabeth Warren becomes vice president, that I'm going to go out there and vote for Elizabeth Warren, because Elizabeth Warren can talk to Hillary. You think Hillary Clinton gives a fuck about what Elizabeth Warren thinks? Is she president of the United States? Hillary Clinton will do and say anything to sit in that damn Oval Office. Don't tell me about Elizabeth Warren. When the battle starts and you fighting and you turn and look to your side, you saw somebody like Congressman Tulsi Gabbard from Hawaii. She was standing next to Bernie. And when she was threatened by the Clintons, saying if you join Bernie, we gonna deal with you later. When you turn to the other side, who did you see? You didn't see Elizabeth Warren. She was sitting up there with the establishment. See how these Ivy League educated motherfuckers, you see how they act? They hang with each other. And don't tell me about she gonna fight for the small person. She had her chance. We could have took down Hillary Clinton. But she stood by and watched. Said nothing. Oh, now she want to talk about Trump University. What about the Clinton Foundation, Lord University, the wars all over the fucking country? Monsanto. She ain't say shit about Hillary. Did you see a tweet about motherfucking Hillary? Hell no. That tells you everything you need to know. She was silent. But you telling me that she for progressives. Nah, man, that ain't how it work. That ain't how it work. I'm gonna work from the inside. Now, you ain't changing the Democrat Party from the inside. Y'all believe in that Elizabeth Warren fairy tale. It's gone. It's over with. On the street, people see stuff like that. Because, man, on the street, when the battle commenced, you could tell who ducking and hiding. Either they with you, and if they ducking and hiding, they ain't saying nothing, they against you. That's what that's all about. And she damn sure wasn't backing Bernie Sanders. She could endorse Bernie Sanders, and that may have pushed him over the top. She said nothing about the corruption during this campaign. To where I believe Hillary stole a good 5 or 10 states. Y'all don't want to talk about that shit, but I'm going to talk about, because this is Hearing Poach. You going to hear the real truth. I ain't going to tell you to make you feel good. If you want to feel good, go see somebody else's videos. But Elizabeth Warren, man, I don't want to see the chick. I don't want to see her. Because I know what she about. She proved to me what she was about during this campaign. She could have gave that man the help that he really needed. But she decided to stay with the establishment. She decided to take the carrot. And once you take the carrot, man, they own you. And they own Elizabeth Warren. And you can have all the dreams you want about she gonna save you from the Democratic establishment. It's not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna be extremely disappointed. I want to thank you for listening to Hearing Post. I hope you subscribe to Hearing Post. I hope you share this video with all your friends. A lot of people going to be upset when I talk about Elizabeth Warren because a lot of you look up to her, you hold her dear to your heart. But I'm going to tell you, during this campaign, you have to watch people. And you didn't. And Elizabeth Warren has sold you out. And she now works for the establishment. Thank you very much.